Well, I need to replace the CMOS battery, and ASUS hasn't exactly made it very easy. Let's figure out if I can do it. Hi, and welcome to another episode. And what we've got here is an ASUS Rampage 6 or VI Extreme. It's an X299 board. I've bought it since 2018 that I bought it, and it's served me well. It's still serving me well. It's actually my VR PC at the moment. It's a what's it called? 7890XE i9 chip that I've got there. Don't worry about the thermal paste stuff. That splodges actually after taking the heatsink off. But anyway, I want to replace the CMOS battery because at the moment when it boots, I'm going to describe it just in case other people are having the same sort of problems with their X299 type motherboards or other motherboards where they can't find the CMOS battery. Basically it'll boot and then reboot and then reboot and reboot and reboot. Recurring problem. And then after 5 or 6 times or something like that, it'll eventually boot and you can use it as normal. You know, time, clock, settings and stuff, because you can save your settings finally. And it'll be fine. I'm hoping this is down to being a CMOS battery. As I say, I bought this in 2018 and I've never replaced the CMOS battery because I didn't need to until now. But ASUS or X299 designers, whoever else, decided, we'll stick in a laptop battery for the CMOS, not a normal one where, it could be just like, I don't know, hiding somewhere. Like there would have been a nice spot. But, forget the LEDs. Give me an easy chance to change my CMOS battery. I mean, even there would have been nice. I'm sure they could have moved a few things around. Anyway, whinge of that a bit of it because quite frankly, it's redundant now. It's done, designed. I hope they never come up with this idea again for CMOS batteries when it comes to motherboards. It'd have been fine if they stuck it on the other side of the motherboard, through sort of window on the case. For when you do the mounting for this thing. But anyway, I need to get to this area, and the only way to do that is to undo screws around the back of it, which meant, of course, dragging the whole motherboard out of the case, and depending on your case, can be a fun time in itself of just trying to squeeze it in because, different cases have different ideas on how big a motherboard you're supposed to stick in there. This motherboard is actually a bit too big for this motherboard is a bit too big for the case that I purchased it for because it was a last minute ditch of I need a case because I upgraded and added a new case for this to fit in, and that case looked nice and stuff. I forgot what it is. It's not particularly, it's an MSI thing, not sponsored by anybody, including Duracell. Because the CMOS battery you normally do is that you just put it in a little thing. Jobs are good one. But the problem is, as I say, is that it's actually a laptop type one, which means it comes in shrink wrap and a wire and a little plug. I need to get there, and from what I understand, I have to undo all these screws where there's a white circle around it pointing at it. So I shall mess around undoing these while I babble on a little bit more. Yeah, the X299 platform's been good, quite frankly, for what I've been using it for. It had some advantages over some of the newer stuff. I'm undoing screws down here as well, by the way. I'll move them into shot. Basically, any screw with a white circle around it seems to be the one that I need to undo. Hopefully I don't have to undo this one. No, I'm pointing at it and you can't see. This one. Hopefully I don't have to undo that one. But if I do, I will go back and do it. So I'm doing the one that was in the bottom corner now. Let's flip the board back over again. Gently. But yeah, it's been serving me well, this motherboard, for basically 5 years. Because I did buy an over-the-top chip in the first place, in the hopes of the fact of that'd be enough. Now I am going to have to undo that top corner because it seems that it all comes away, all of this bit of plastic. So let's flip it yet again. It was worth a try. There we go. So a screw, and it is just all the ones with the white circles. I don't really think the serial numbers matter very much anymore because there's no motherboard. It's long since out of warranty, so it's not something I can complain about. So this bit comes up. Be careful because I can feel it's connected with something. It's probably a wire because it does light up. There we go. I have to say the little display screen that's on it, where it's hiding now. This top part, no, that lights up that. But down here, the little screen, it's gone a bit funny. Don't know what's happened there. OLED finally ran out or something. Right. So as much as I thought it was all the ones with the white circles, it seems there's probably more under the that back metal plate. So over we go again. But yeah, this bit, that screw did need to be undone because the bit of plastic here rests on top of the lower bit of plastic. So, you know, sort of disassembling it all. So there's two screws here as well. Doesn't seem to be any more. Well, say here. Could do with a vertically long screen. These two. There doesn't seem to be any more screws on this side, but it may well be that there's even more hiding underneath this heatsink plate thingy bit. It might even be just for style, but I doubt it since it's a chunk of metal. Let's put those ones over there because they're skinny screws. Dun, dun, dun. Hopefully. Dear me. This isn't easy as it looks, I can tell you that. I've undone those two screws now. Is there more screws I've got to undo from the top to go downwards or something silly? Is it a screw? Yeah, me. Doesn't seem to be. Yes, there is. I can see here there's a white circle. So I'm assuming there's going to be another white circle somewhere. Can you see it on your bit? And there's definitely one there. Can only assume there's underneath these bits. So flip it over again. So yeah, somewhere underneath here. Oh, there's one there. Missed that one. I bet you're all screaming at me when you went, I just missed you one. Ha, I just missed one. Right, so that's that one. Does it come away now, or is it another one? Can I see any more? I hope they're not like pressure fitted or something like that, because that could be kind of weird to undo. No, there's a screw there, isn't there? Holding it down. There's a screw there. You didn't tell me, did you? Dear me. Right, let's try that one. I wonder if I should start doing these things live. Because I'm going to get some real-time help. Because obviously I can't do it all by myself. Right, well that screw don't want to come out. Or doesn't want to come out. I am actually doing a screw which I've started on. A bit lower down. As I said, I need to move up and down thing. Basically there was a screw there as well. Move that a little bit lower down to prove a point. They were the same size. Does it come away? Now, No, there's definitely that one there still. So I need to flip it over yet again. Oh dear. Alright, how do I move this? Because it doesn't... Oh. Oh. Obviously there's probably a screw up here. There is. Alright. So there's a screw there. So I mean, this is getting a bit silly just to change a battery now, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's getting a little bit silly. I mean, whoever designed this, obviously. Haha. Alright. Can we try again? Because there's nothing in the manual about how to do this. Because they just assume, I think, the fact that, nah, you'll have upgraded by now. No, some of us are not so wealthy we can change every year. Oh, careful, there's a cable. So yay, there's a screw there. So I've got to be careful with this now. I'm assuming must be kind of. Is there a temperature sensor on here or something? Oh no, it's the LEDs to look fancy down the side. Right, we'll gingerly rest that there. Sorry, I'm getting all caught up on the fact of where everything is. Right, there's another screw here. This is the one that I'm doing. I have no idea what these screws are. One of them's already been taken out because of that one. I can feel it falling now on the front. So I put this back. I'll put, oops, magnets. If I put this one back in again, hopefully that'll help hold whatever in place, or basically hold that metal plate in place quite a bit while I flip it over yet again. I know this is getting a bit rare now, but try being me. Right. Oh, oh, coming away, it's coming away. Gingerly, because of the cables. Right, that's that bit. Oh, there's this cable. There's a cable there too. Whew. Can we see the battery? I hope we can, because I need to be able to get at it now. Alright, so the battery's hiding there. I can't really, oh, let's do it this way. Yeah, let's do it like that. So this is the battery that I'm after. The CMOS one, the sticky tabs even starting to come up on the wire. Should be able to just pull on the wire, there we go. And now I believe there's a sticky pad holding it down. So a little bit of force, there we go. Little sticky dot thingy. And that's it. All of this to get at this, which on most motherboards is just in a nice little place. You go dink with a screwdriver, the battery goes flying out at you, and you get a new one, and you stick it back in and turn your computer back on, and jobs are good un. But whoa, that's a whole lot of screws. And let's not forget, there's another one underneath at the moment holding that metal plate in space. So anyway, this we're going to classify as dead, and I say this is sort of cliche laptop style battery when it comes to the CMOS. But what I've done, not that I'm a genius, because lots of people easily point out I'm not, I have built my own little contraption. Now you can buy these things, this clear thing, they come in white or black or whatever like that. I also bought one of these batteries because I bought a style of battery like this And then as I was waiting for it to be delivered, I was searching around for stuff, and then this popped up, and I was like, aha, that'd be an idea. So in the meantime, all I've done is wired it up correctly. Basically, the bit that goes down at the bottom, that's your negative. Let me get this the right way around because I don't want to be handing out incorrect information. Yes, that's a negative at the bottom there, and at the side, you can just about see it, is the positive, which in the way these batteries are, you'll know when you see them that the positive is at the top and actually down at the side, and then the bit underneath is then negative. And there's a little on-off switch, and I've already made sure it's in the on position, so when I stick it in there I don't forget. My idea is that I'm going to plug that literally in that little socket. Let's make sure it goes the right way around. There we go. And then this I'm going to feed somehow through the top so that I can use yet another glue dot and then stick it there with the wire dangling around. So future me in 5 years time or whatever can go, oh phew, I'm glad he thought of that one, instead of having to do all this all over again, because at the very worst it just means I have to take out an expansion card of some sort. Not the graphics card, as it doesn't go that low, but something, maybe even all the way down here near this space here for where the NVMe is, so that it is out of the way of graphics cards and expansion cards and stuff, so I don't have to mess around and do it all over again. But yeah, just make sure that you wire it up the correct way around. It's dead easy really. If you get a bit confused on which way is which, you can always open up this one and you'll see which way the black and the red is for the wiring of it. Instead of me explaining to you what it is now and you forget later, you might remember that I tell you to open it up, check that you're getting it wired the correct way around, just so that the standards, in case you do sell it on to somebody else, they know that you've done a good job of it. Right, so where am I going to put this? I'm going to have to be careful of all the cabling. I think what I'll do is stick it here all the way down. So what I'll do is actually wire it actually, I need to come through there at all. Can it just come all through the bottom? Right. First things first, let's make sure that this is going to go back on properly. Right. There we go. I believe that's out of the way. Is that a good enough way of doing it? Choices, choices, choices. Yep, that still works fine like that. That's not in the way of anything. That's not in the way. A little glue dot. There. And it can sit over the top of the NVMe, bit of plastic that comes down and everything. That'll be fine there. Might be that there's a bit of a wire dangling about, but I'd rather have that than having to go through all this palaver again. So let's just do all that in reverse, as fun as that is. I'll not bore you with showing you that, and then basically I'll show you it all. Well, not the whole motherboard all screwed back together again, but the bits of plastic and everything like that, that's for here. I'll have all that screwed back together again. So, just a minute. So before I pin it all down correctly, basically I ran the plugs just about there. I ran the wire down here, down there, underneath here, round the back of here, and it sticks out just in the bottom here. You can just about see there, and I'm going to get a sticky dot. I'm going to slap it. Oh, yeah. I might actually do is stick it down in the bottom corner. Oh, I can't, can I? Because that's a PCIe slot. Oh. This could cause problems, couldn't it? What I might do is just let it flap around, actually. I think I will. I'll just let it flap around, and then basically the power supply unit, there's sort of like a cover inside the case. What I might do is just stick it as a glue dot there, because then it's out of the way of the PCIe slots. And yeah, so that's how I'm going to leave it. So yeah, I'm not going to glue dot it down here. I'll glue dot it inside the case. So it's out of the way at PCIe slots. There's that problem solved. But yeah, I'm going to put this in now, my NVMe. Where have I put the screw? We know where to put the screw. It's over here. I do like the modern motherboards of where there's no messing around with screws now. It's just a bit of plastic. Don't know why I didn't think of that in the first place. Someone definitely thought outside the box that day. Right. I will get the bit of plastic that covers this lot up. Back in a minute. Okay, so that's everything done. The battery's in there now. As I say, you should know the differences between the positive and negative. It's dead easy to figure out because the positive will be marked. For me, I really am going to have it in the case. If you can imagine this, this is the case laying down. Across the bottom here is my power supply unit, and the little shield that comes in the case to separate everything. I'm just going to glue dot this to there. So in a few years' time, when this needs changing, I can just reach in, pop this open, put a new one in. I was thinking about, you know, sticking it somewhere on the motherboard, but then I've realised it may well get in the way of PCIe expansion cards, you know, giant graphics cards, capture cards, network cards, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I hope this has been of some interest to somebody, maybe not even the ASUS Rampage 6 Extreme, or whichever version. It's probably the same for the Amiga, no, not Amiga, Omega versions they brought out after this. But yeah, so if you think your motherboard's playing up, it might just be that the CMOS battery needs changing and you can't see one because it's not hiding underneath here, and it's not in the manual how to do it. It's deep inside, so go find it and get yourself one of these. I'll put a link in the description. As I say, I'm not sponsored by anybody, not as yet. So in the meantime, check down in the description for the links to my Discord and my Patreon. Every penny helps. Don't forget to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. But as always, happy gaming.